What up, what up, what up? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Big Boosie, man. I'm back. Street Knowledge Podcast. Once again. Y'all know we come with the serious information. Got something real informative for y'all. We're gonna take it, to another level. Outside the box a little bit, but it's still informative information. I got a specialist. She's coming in and gonna give y'all a few jewels on a little bit of sex therapy that's needed out there. This type of therapy help keep couples together. From what I'm hearing, it teach them about trust or trusting each other in a relationship. So it's something real serious. And then after that, I'm gonna give y'all my Dame Dash story. How me and Dame Dash met, and we was the first to have a R&B artist from North Carolina signed with Rockefeller Records. And I had him working with Kanye West, Beanie Siegel, the first to go up on Rap City in the Basement with Tigger. So I'm gonna give y'all a lot of information, man. So y'all stay tuned. Jax, let's go. What's up, man? I'm back, man. I'm having fun with this thing here, man. I want to shout out to all my people that's been out there supporting us, everybody that's been going on up there subscribing, and all the donations, man. It's real love, man. And all of y'all who out there that's new, make sure y'all hit us up. Go on there, go on Street Knowledge on YouTube and subscribe. And drop a little cash app. No amount is a big amount or too big or whatever. It doesn't matter. 25 cents, like I always say. Anything to help us bring y'all good informative information and have a great show. So now, like I told you, I got something different. We're gonna go to the left a little bit, and I got a young lady on the line, man, that has a lot of knowledge of BDSM. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard about that out there. And if so, make sure y'all comment on it, man. Miss Q, what's up? Yeah, holler at the people for us. What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much.
No-
So
Nothing much. Nothing much. Okay, so we gonna get to the get to the point. Explain to them who you are and what you're going to school for and what what you're doing. That's gonna help people out there in America or across the world actually.
okay, so my Instagram name is Miss Cutie to you. Um, I am going to school to get my degree in sex therapy. I am currently about halfway through with that degree.
Right.
Yeah,
So
and I'm actively involved in BDSM.
you're actively involved in BDSM. Okay, explain to them what BDSM is. Let the world know what that is for those who don't know.
BDSM is things that couples, and sometimes you don't even have to be in a couple relationship to be in BDSM. It's bondage, domination, sadoism, not sadoism, but sadoism,
Right.
and masochism.
Yeah, that confused me. That sadism. I'm like, that's satanism. I had to go and research and look at it.
No,
Okay. So, all right. So, what made? Well, how did that strike your interest?
it struck my interest because I was like, really, when I actually got into it, it was more or less I was really interested in my dom, and my dom is my dominant, the person who dominates me or who I trust enough to actually be able to do different things with. So it was more like I was interested in that person, and it was like for some reason it was I was more open to doing things with this person that I wouldn't be open with anybody else. So it was more or less that connection, that vibe, or whatever with that person. I
Right.
learned a lot of things like about myself, like you know how people be like, "Oh, I would never do that," or all that kind of stuff. No, that was all
Right.
out of the window once I started doing that. So
Right. Really. So I know I seen the movie. What is it? 50 Shades of Black or 50 Shades of Gray or something. That that kind of is what that was about, right?
yes, in actuality, some people actually call me Black Anna because I actually, yeah. I've actually put on a show with my dom, actually, like doing like a demonstration of BDMS.
Right.
Well, BDSM.
BDSM, right.
Yeah.
So what you actually learning in your sex therapy class? And
Um,
what will you do later on down the road with that?
I'm learning the different ways we use to actually pull like information out of people, because like some people will come to like therapy and they'll be closed off, don't want to discuss different things and different stuff like that. Find
Right.
out ways to actually not forcefully pull information out of somebody, but gain information. Like somebody in the relationship might be interested in doing something, but they don't know how to come to their partner with saying, "Hey, I want to try this," and different stuff of that nature. So,
Right.
try to find a way to get this information out of this partner, and this other partner tells what they're interested in, and then you come to a common denominator. Hey, we're going to start off here and give them ideas of how to incorporate it into their relationship.
Okay. So basically, you're gonna be saving relationships out there. That's part of your job.
I hope to. I hope to.
So how long did this course take for you to actually complete it?
The 2 years, but it depends on how many classes you take at any given time and different things of that nature.
2 years?
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of learning about the body and the sex and it's kind of, you sort of say, a mental thing too. Like you teach people about the how I want to say it. If they don't understand like the facts of each other, their other half partner, you try to come into a common ground and show them where they might be going wrong at, like a mediator, basically.
Yeah, sort of, kind of like somebody in the relationship might want to create a sex dungeon or whatever, and then you got to slowly, gradually try to get the other person interested into it, like saying, okay, maybe you can add like different attachments to your bed to slowly get to that point of building a
Right.
whole dungeon like that.
Right. So basically, now you telling me that you are the one that's being dominated.
At the
Are
moment,
you
I'm
looking?
that's being dominated.
Are you? Huh?
I said at the moment, I'm the one that's being dominated.
So later on, you would want to be the one dominating your partner.
No, my partner is not really interested in being dominated, but
Right.
is a term called switch, which is a person that is dominated, but they can switch off and be the actual dominant one.
Right.
Um, you can have a different partner and be a dominant one, whether it's a guy or a girl, but it's just pretty much up to the person and what they're interested in as far as what they're interested in dominating.
So me looking at it, it looked like it's a lot of pain. Is it pain or is it
I, w-
pleasure?
I wouldn't say
What?
it's pain. It's really receiving it, because the person receiving it can like a lot of pain, and their dom can actually not mind giving as much pain as they want to. So it's basically all on the person that's receiving it, how much
Right.
pain they would receive. If you somebody want to be dominated but you don't like pain for real, it's they have a bunch of different like toys and stuff that makes it sensitive, but it's not like painful. So you have
Right.
different ways of being dominated. It doesn't have to necessarily be painful.
So during the process, I was researching earlier too. There's like a code word that y'all would use if there's too much pain. So the one that's being dominant would know to slack up a little bit.
Yeah, like so you couldn't create in y'all agreement some kind of code word. It could be a code word to say stop. It could be a code word to be like add more. It could be just like all on what you guys desire. So like somebody can say like one thing is going to mean a you can add a little more, and then you got another where they'll be like, hey, if I say this, that means cut it off or stop what you're doing at that time type thing.
Right. Especially if you handcuffed or something. Yeah,
That's where that
definitely got.
trust come in, because a lot of people like, ain't nobody finna hit. If you really, really trust the person, then it's not
Right.
gonna be an issue. And then it's like you got to build up the trust, which is part of like the therapy, helping you build up the trust in that
Right.
person to be able to do
Right.
different. And
So
it's not as bad as a lot of people make it seem. Like they'll be like I think Rihanna or somebody like that at one point in time said that they were into that type stuff,
yeah, I think Rihanna did. Yeah.
and everybody was going around saying, "Ain't nobody gonna never." I didn't say nobody would never, but I did not think I would ever actually be interested in it.
Right. So also what I was seeing, you don't actually have to have sex to do that practice. It
No,
can
you
just
don't.
be they just like it because of the pain or the sensations and stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily be like a sexual partner with that person. It could just be all based on that person providing pain. Well, not even really pain, but some type of uh, what they say. It's almost like a sexual reaction to pain, but it's not, pain or sexual reaction to the sensation or whatever you're receiving.
Right.
Um, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was about to say something else. So do a person, if they know what they're doing and doing it correctly, the person that's being dominated, do they get an erection from that? Is that what make them like it? Just from not even having sex, just for the process, and they have an erection. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible for like somebody to like just since we on the subject, it's possible for some people like a female to actually squirt in the midst of it and not been penetrated, and it's possible for a man to actually get aroused just by being able to provide that type of um to be able to dominate the other person, or he could get aroused just off being dominated. So
Wow.
you have some men that just want to be dominated, and then you have some men that just want to be the one doing the dominating.
Right. So what you gonna do once you when you graduate from school? What you gonna do? What you,
Um,
you gonna pursue? You gonna pursue that?
I'm going to pursue having my own practice in sex therapy, and I want to be able. It's going to be like a year afterwards because you have to work under someone else for so much time before you can actually get to do your license and actually have it on your own. So I plan to have my own practice. I'm not sure which state or city I want to reside in by the time I get it, but it needs to be somewhere warm, sunny, and some water.
Wow. So where you gonna set up your office at? Down in where you at, or any specific
Um,
city?
I'm not sure yet. I don't have any specific locations yet.
Wow. So quick question: how long have you been practicing the Dom thing?
I've been practicing I'm actually considered what they call a sub. So I actually been in the
Get.
sub for almost a year now.
Put the chair. Okay. So how many type of names, code names, do they got for for the in
I
the
have a lot
Dom
of different
game?
names. You can call your dom, sir, master. Once you get to a certain level, they don't mind what you call them. But if you're at a lower level, a beginner level, like they have certain names that they want you to call them. But your
Right.
dominant would determine what is. Like you can be a mistress, you can be ma'am, madam, different things of that nature. It all depends on what that dominant person wants you to call them.
So it's a big, or should I say a huge form of role play or role
Pretty much.
playing. Like somebody dressing up like a nurse and he coming as a patient, or he coming as a stripper and she want to come see this. So it's just a whole different world in that
Yeah,
part
it's
of the
different world than that, but you can actually do that role play out in the open, and not too many people will actually know what's going on. Like you might have a sir somewhere and a woman just keep calling her guy sir or different stuff of that nature. You wouldn't
Right.
really think anything of it, but they actually doing in some terms doing play right there, just talking.
So they also say that a lot of men that's corporate, that's of power or in power, they normally practice the dom thing because they so used to being dominant around the workspace and all that. They want to be dominated and and you know uh get the whoops, the whips, and the clips on their chest and all that stuff. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, it is a lot of people that's in the top executive type status that do participate in that whole experience. And they're like, you have the ones that's really, what you would see at work, that's really controlling things, like actually getting controlled, and vice versa. So you
Right.
see all different aspects, but they pretty much keep it in the same level, the same type of group, so that they sure nothing, no information get out. So it's not like a I'm going over here and I'm partying with Joe, and Joe don't give a care. Joe just gonna go telling everybody, hey, I seen the CEO of such and such at, you know what I'm saying? So it's,
Right.
yeah.
Wow. So it's safe to say that they just like being dominated. Then it's and then after that they back to being the powerful person that they are, huh?
In, in or in some cases they still want to be the dominant one and go do things like that.
Right. Okay. So do you still research it just
Uh,
so you can be a better person at being dominated, or you trying to be a better person at being the dominant one whenever you take on being the dominant one?
I do still research it. I pretty much pick up off stuff that my dom actually does when we're interacting. We actually have a great type connection or whatever, and we don't just do dom where it's just between us. Like we have actually did dom where it's like we put on. It's like other people are there to see what's going on. Like um,
Right.
we've had
So
parties. We would actually do the sub dom at the party and different things like that.
so it's like a performance thing as well.
The way we do it is like a performance thing as well, because
Right.
they've done mass like type of research in it. So
Right.
like they actually, we've had like a few parties where they would actually have the different types of trinkets that you may say you would use, like the bondage chair and different stuff like that,
Right.
and they would put on a show for like people to see exactly how this equipment is supposed to be used and how you can use it, and how your sub can submit to you, or how as a dom you would have to be stern and different things of that nature. Like
So what's the goal to it all? What's
the goal
the
for
goal
me
to it?
for me the goal to it all for me, I don't know other people, but for me the goal to it all is to like build trust, and like it builds a connection between the two people. You can actually get to a mental connection with the person, because you can get so used to what's going on and how you guys are interacting. Like you can mentally feel their presence. If you're like blindfolded, you can mentally react just to like their slightest touch, and you're not even like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a mental connection or whatever.
Right.
Like a
So
build a bond and a connection and trusting somebody.
what's the weirdest thing a dom asks you to do,
Um,
and what would you not do?
I don't know. Like right now, I like my dom can pretty much. I would say could pretty much ask me to do just about anything, but to eat like some poo or some junk like that, because I would not eat anything of that nature. But like, um,
To eat what? Say that again.
I said the only thing he could not ask me to do is to eat any poo or anything like that. Boo boo.
Oh
No.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
So like pretty much he could ask me to pretty much do anything, and I would pretty much do it. But trying to think what would be the craziest thing. The craziest thing is the very first time I was in a show. I did not expect the way I would be coming out in the show. So it was a lot of people in there. We all had to have masks and different things like that on, so you wouldn't really know who the people were you were around. But I'm thinking like I'm finna come out with some clothes on, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, you ready." And I had like a collar and a chain. Like he was holding the chain, but I had like a collar. The chain was connected to the collar around my neck. And he was like, "Okay, so yeah, keep them shoes on, take that off." And I was like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Yeah, take that off." So I had to walk out in front of all of these people with like no clothes on. And that was like the very first interaction I had where it was like it was a lot of people and I didn't have on any clothes type action. So yeah, that
Wow.
would be the craziest thing that he asked me to do that I actually did.
And so you wasn't embarrassed about none of that, huh?
No,
You
I wasn't embarrassed about it.
so you so so
It was
you
kind
ain't so that
of
mean you ain't shot in. You was faking earlier.
it was probably because of the mask that I wasn't actually scared of because I figured, well, ain't nobody gonna really know who I am because I got the mask on. So
Right, right. I got you. Okay. All right. Well, sure. You taught me a lot here today. You taught me a lot. Very interesting for my audience, man. Y'all see it, man. That's Miss Q, y'all. And y'all make sure y'all hit me up, some comments, whatever. If y'all need to learn something or whatever, I'll make the connection. She's far away. I don't know if she want me to tell what state she in. I don't want to do that, but I will make the connection for you guys if y'all want to learn something or need to know something, man. So now we're gonna get into the Dame Dash story in a hot second. Miss Q, I appreciate you. And we're gonna
good.
chop it up. All right?
All right.
All right. So yo, it's your boy Big Boosie. I'm back. Never know what you're gonna get here on Street Knowledge, man. Never know what you're gonna get right here on Street Knowledge. Jax, what you think about that, brother?
Hey, that was crazy. Bro, you never know what you're gonna get on this show, and I'm
That's a
loving it.
fact.
I'm loving it.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Boy. Okay, y'all. That was a lot of heat, boy, for your boy, man. I'm glad I could give y'all some of that good information. Now we're gonna get into something. Like I said, I'm gonna get into what my about my brother Dame Dash. Y'all make sure y'all go get them new sneakers, the CEO joints. Everybody been going crazy, crazy, crazy. I got them on my Instagram at I am Big Bootsie, BOOTSIE. So I just want to give a quick story about my brother, because you know a lot of people always wonder how me and Dame met. I'm gonna be brief with it, real quick, and let people know how thorough he is. Always kept it 1,000 with me and my friends that I know of. We know he harsh. He be hard on people, but he fights for what he believe in, and if he believe in you, he'll fight for that as well. But quick story. Even when it was quiet no, I'm gonna give y'all the story when Rockefeller was at the height of their career. That's the one I wanted to give y'all. So anyway, I found the artist down here by the name of Rick Vocals in Durham, North Carolina, at one of my homeboys' house. He had a studio set up in there, and I roll up in there, and when I get in there, I was introduced to a guy named Rick Vocals, and he was an R&B singer. So they telling me how hot he is, how his pen game is good. He know how to play instruments and sing at the same time. So I'm like, word. So let me hear something. He let me hear something, and that joint was fire, fire. So this was a bunch of years back. So me, at the time I didn't have Dame's number, but my boy Jay Black did. So I called Jay Black up. I'm like, yo, dog, I just met an R&B cat that's hot as hell, write his own stuff, play his own instrument, make his own beats, everything. So long story short, me and Black get together. Black comes to Durham, meet me in Durham. I introduce Black to the artist. Black listened to him sing live, and after when we left from where we was at with the artist, we got in the car, and I started letting him hear the music that he got. Join us. He was going crazy, so I'm telling him, yo, we gotta go take this to Dame. We gotta take this to Dame. So at the time, I forgot how Black was communicating with Dame because they lost contact as well. Oh no, Black called Rockefeller at the office and talked with Dame. He got Dame on the phone, told Dame he got an artist for him. He was like, yo, Dame told him, oh, all right, come to New York. As soon as you get to New York, call me. Then you come to meet me at the office. So anyway, we go and we went, took my boy shopping and all that, get him fly, get him fresh, so we can have a meeting up in the office and all that. And we leave, we go to New York, we drove up. We drive up in the truck. I think I had my Denali truck at the time. We drive to New York. We get to New York. We get to Harlem. We go to my block. And on my block, it was payphones up on Convent. So we get there, Convent Avenue. So we get up there. We use the payphone. Black called down to Rockefeller. And he said, yo, hello? Can I speak to Dame? And they was like, Dame, nah, he ain't here. Who's calling? And he said, well, tell him Jay Black called. Hung up. We start walking away from the phone booth. We walking away. We was just about, let's say about 10 paces. We only took about 10 paces, 10 steps up away from the phone booth. It rang. We ran back to catch the phone. Guess who on the phone? Damon Dash. Yo, Black, what's up? He was like, what's up, man? He said, nah, they didn't know who you was. That's why they said I wasn't here. Once they told me your name, I had to call you right back, man. He's like, where y'all at? Told him what we was at. He said, yo, I'm at the office. Come to the office. You got the artist with you? So, all right. So he was like, yeah. So Black hung up the phone and said, yo, he said, come to the office. We jumped in that truck so fast, we out. We get downtown to Rockefeller, to the office Def Jam building, and we go up front. The receptionist told us to hold up for a second. She went to the back, and she came back to the front, and Dame told her to walk us to the front. And so me and Black go to the front. The artist, Rick Vocal, stayed in the front in the receptionist area, in the reception area. And we get back there, Jay-Z back there, getting the manicure, toes done, nails done, all that. Lil' Kim was right there with him. Just hanging out like a brother-sister thing. And Dame was right there. Dame gave an embrace, gave fives, hugs, because he ain't see Jay Black in a while. So he was like, what up, where the artist at? He was like, he was up front. I told him, hold up, I ain't know what you had going on. He was like, nah, go get him. So when Black go up to go get Rick Vocals, I'm sitting there in the office. That Dame told Jay-Z, he said, yo, Black got an artist, man. And he said he tough. We ain't passing out. We can't miss out on this one like we did with Nelly. That let me know right there that Dame and Jay-Z had Nelly first before Kuda and Mace signed Nelly and went diamond. And they was mad that they passed them up because we wasn't big on the country and that type of rap at that time. So they didn't see the bigger picture with that. Kuda, which is Mace's manager, and Mason took a chance. My boy Trail, God bless the dead, Big Trail, he used to hustle over there in where Nelly and them was from. And he met Nelly and them just, same way I met Rick Vocals. And he brought him around and was shopping him around. He brought him to Dame and them first. Dame and them turned him down. And he took him to Mace and Kuda and they grabbed him. And that's how Nelly was put out here and discovered and went 10 million records sold. So Black go and get Rick Vocals, bring him up to the back where we was at. As soon as he come in, Dame looking him up and down. Dame, he won't check him nigga get. We knew we had to go get my boy fresh. And I saying he was not fresh. He had a job and all that stuff. We just know what to expect when you go to New York. and how the New York niggas gonna look at you, especially when you going with Rockefeller, one of the biggest labels on the planet right then at that time. You know what I'm saying? So he come in the room, they put the CD in, they start playing the CD crazy. They going, oh shit, hit after hit. They going crazy. Jay-Z in there vibing, Lil' Kim shaking her head, going crazy. So they was like, yo, I don't need to hit no more. Yo, how long y'all gonna be up here? That's what Dame asked. We was like, well, we gotta shoot back down south. We said, nah, make sure y'all shoot. If y'all shoot down, make sure y'all come back. Black, we're gonna negotiate everything with the contracts. I'm gonna get some contracts done. And y'all can go over it, have your lawyer go over it or whatever. And you know, he started asking Rick a few questions. Rick was kind of starstruck in there, as far as like, he really can't believe he right here in the presence of greatness. As y'all know, at that time, Rockefeller was running the circuit. So, but he held his composure, you know, he kept it 1,000. So anyway, we left out of there smiling. But one thing Dame told us was like, he was like, whatever y'all need, I'm gonna help y'all, man. I'm gonna give it to you. He's like, Black, you know I ain't gonna never tell you no. As long as there ain't nothing that's gonna hurt me and have me looking crazy, I got you. And one thing I can say, every time we needed something from Dame, he gonna ask what it is, you tell him what it is. I don't really remember him really ever saying no. If it's something that can help him and it ain't gonna hurt him, he always looked out. Always. So, you know, when a lot of people trying to slander my boy Dame, I really don't like that. I just want to let people know how real it is. So, to get back to the story, we leave, come back to New York for a second meeting and get the contracts. But Dame immediately started putting Rick Vocals to work. He started putting him to work. He had him working with Kanye West doing music. He had him working with Beans and them. Dame had the radio show on K9, on Hot 97, I want to say it was. He had his own show, had Rick Vocals up there with him, got him in Tigger the Basement. He was the only R&B cat that ever touched the basement at this time with Tigger. No other R&B acts ever came up there that was signed artists that was already famous. Rick Vocals was the first one. So we kind of made some history with that. So later on, down the road, just making a long story short, I leaves Black and Rick Vocals up top to start working on the album and stuff. And so, like I say, he was in there working with Kanye, putting down some hits and all that. And they was calling him the next R. Kelly. And this when R. Kelly name was good name. But they was calling him, Rick Vocals, the next R. Kelly because he could play that style. He got that style that could play the piano and sing at the same time. His pen game was in that realm of some R. Kelly stuff. And this is what happened great out of that situation. Right before The Rock broke up, we was filming the Paid in Full movie around that time. No, actually, the Paid in Full movie was done. They was in the editing process, so that was, everybody was sitting around waiting for that. Dame kept listening to one of Rick Vocals' songs called Ghost. It's called Ghost.
It's on the YouTube channel.
It's on YouTube. Y'all can check it out. Yeah, and matter of fact, it's on Street Knowledge. Yes, it's on my channel, man. It's on our channel, baby. That's right. So, what happened was, Dame was listening to, kept going through Rick Vocals CD, and he stopped at the song Ghost. Every time it go off, he play it back again. So, I wasn't up there. Black walked in the office, and he was in there vibing out, and God bless her, Aaliyah had passed away at the time. And Dame was like in a little dark space at the time. And he was sitting in the office and he kept listening to that record. And he told Black, yo, man, this record right here is powerful. Black had walked in the office when he was back there by himself. He said, yo, man, this record is powerful, man. This keep reminding me of Aaliyah. Like, wow. Black told him, he said, well, why don't you let's go ahead and just bring it to life? Let's put it out there. Dame was like, you know something? You absolutely right. And guess what? Dame had the first song dedicated to Aaliyah through my artist Rick Vocals, me and J Black artist Rick Vocals. It was the song Ghost. It was the concept was like the Whoopi Goldberg movie Ghost. Every person Dame see Aaliyah, he see Aaliyah through these people. It's inside, that's in the video. And Rick Vocals got his first video, a $300,000 video. We shot it in Yonkers. And it ended up on the Paid in Full soundtrack. So if y'all ever get the Paid in Full soundtrack and y'all hear Ghost up there, that's how that record got on the Paid in Full soundtrack. And the video, and it was dedicated to Aaliyah. The video, the whole song dedicated to Aaliyah. Video, Dame all in there, looking everybody that he's seen, like I said, reminded him of Aaliyah. And I want y'all to go and check that out. It's actually on our Street Knowledge YouTube page. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Send me some comments down low about that. But Dame definitely sent out his love for Aaliyah at that time to show the world. But y'all get ready. I got some more things to talk about. I'm gonna bring J Black up here. We're gonna do some homeboy talk, because J Black is one of the people that was really outside back in the days with the Rich Porter situation. And he was Rich Porter lieutenant, the one that did everything for Rich Porter. You gotta see him before you see Rich Porter. That was his big brother, his everything. And this is just a teaching, because I know everybody got their Rich Porter stories, but Black was his official lieutenant that never spoke out about this in years, and he about to speak out about it now. And the reason why is because we just want y'all to understand what we was doing back then, once again, all the way up to now. Now Black owns his own modular home moving company. Move your modular homes and place them on your land. And he signed with one of the biggest contracts in North Carolina. Turned that negative into a positive. So y'all get ready. That's coming soon, man. I'm about to be out. Things to do. Jax, my boy Q Lover, Street Knowledge Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like button. Drop us a nice cash app, man, so we can keep this content rolling for y'all, man. Your boy Big Boosie, I'm gone.